Hey guys, welcome back. Let's get into the Tuesday action in the MLB. We got 15 games, all right? So we'll break down these 15 games. I do have 5 plays. This is a card where, full disclosure, I'm not in love with it. We do have some edges, in my opinion, some fishy numbers in terms of totals that I don't agree with. I'll share with you guys my insight and my analysis as we break down these games. Kind of touch upon kind of what we saw yesterday as well. Florida Panthers taking a 2-1 lead against Edmonton. We were all over the Cats on the run line, or on the puck line. Wow. And unfortunately, I did have a long shot, kind of a lottery play, 18-1 parlay. Kind of ruined my evening, right? I needed Seth Jones over 1.5 shots on goal. And for all you hockey buffs out there, you'll have to explain to me one day. I don't agree with what constitutes a shot on goal. I had one that the goalie snapped outside the blue circle, just a little bit up to the left, and they called that a wide left shot. And then there was a little bit of a nick on one of the Edmonton players before hitting I believe it was Kennard at the time, hitting him in the chest. I thought it was a shot on goal. Apparently I missed it, but they called it an own shot on goal. So you're going to have to explain that to one to me, but that one did cost me a little bit. So kind of a little stung. Really wish I would have cashed at 18-1, but hey, we live to bet another day. All right, so let's get into the plays here in the MLB. For those of you that are new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. Also, we do have some NBA action, Game 3 in the NBA Finals tomorrow. I will do a full video for that a little bit earlier too, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Please have that notification bell turned on. There will not be a live stream, so don't miss my plays in the NBA. And let's get down into Outlier, where we will run the full MLB card. We'll try to get you guys out of here as quick as possible, but I appreciate all my returning subscribers tuning in. And if you guys aren't using Outlier, there is a link for 7-day free trial. I am an affiliate with them. I do receive a very small commission for those of you that do sign up and try it. All you have to do is try the 7 days. And simply put, I think it's the best platform to find the best odds and really add insight to your daily sports betting in the MLB, the prop market, NBA prop market. It really, quite frankly, is invaluable. If you guys do play any daily fantasy, prize picks, all that good stuff, it really, truly does give you an edge, in my opinion. And it has made me a more profitable sports bettor, and that's saying something, considering that I was doing pretty well before I started using Outlier, but saves me about an hour to 2 hours each and every day with my research and analysis, as well as I do want clarification on some of the props and some of the angles that I do look into in terms of my handicapping. All right, but first game on the docket, let's start it off. Let's get that official play. All right, that is the Guardians and the Reds. Now, 6:40 first pitch. We do get Saccone going against Andrew Abbott. Andrew Abbott, 5-1 record, 2.18 ERA. We're going to be on the Reds here on the money line. I like the angle yesterday with the Reds and Guardians, with the Guardians at home. But, just the Reds are hitting the baseball, and I think they have a plus pitching matchup. Lefties going against Cleveland, not too fruitful. The Guardians struggled to hit lefties. I think that the Reds stay hot in this spot, and it's a little bit too cheap of a price. Little zigzag theory where you just think the Guardians bounce back, but maybe there's something to be said about Francona having some scouting reports against his old club. But I do like Andrew Abbott here to continue rolling, and I think this is too cheap of a price. I probably would have Cincinnati favored in the -115, -120 range. So let's scoop up some value here, -102 as my first official play. Cubs and Phillies, that's the next game we're going to talk about. We do get Rhea going against Abel. Now, as we look at kind of what Philadelphia brings to the table, this is a pitcher for the Phillies here. As we look at Mick Abel, young arm, okay, young arm, and I was kind of big on him as a prospect, and as we've seen him here, guys, he has essentially in his last and only, I should say, he has had 2, okay, this is where he went 5.1 and 6 innings pitched respectively, and he's kind of shut the door. Now, this was against Pittsburgh, this was against Toronto, so not the best lineups out there, okay, but I do think there is an angle where this one could be a little bit lower of a scoring affair as we look at the Phillies and the Cubs. But in Philadelphia, going against Rhea, 4-2 on the year, 3.59 ERA. They have the total set at 9.5. I think it might be a little bit too much. That's just kind of where I lean. But I also like the Phillies here, -108. Back in Abel. So if you guys want to go in that direction, looking for him to improve to 2-0, strong home start, I would lean Phillies and the under in this matchup. No official play. Okay. Next game, the Mets and Nationals. I don't know. I don't like the number here, okay, but I did look into the Mets here. The Nationals have been taking some money as they were -165. Now looking at the Mets, they're minus 150, and you talk about Canning, 6-2 on the year. Gets it done from the win department. Mackenzie Gore has been outstanding lefty for the Nationals. Okay, probably, like I always tell you guys, possibly one of the best off-speed pitches in the whole MLB. As we look at the Nationals here, I just like the Mets lineup a little bit more so, and I just don't really agree with the line movement, a little sharper movement towards the Nationals here, as we've seen that money line fall. But I would lean Mets in this spot at home. That's just kind of how I feel about it, and the under is set at 7.5. We're going to stay away from that one. Okay, next game that we will have an official play in, Tampa Bay and Boston. Some interesting nuggets about them. Tampa Bay, I think they have the best record in the MLB in their last 20 or 25 games. You talk about kind of what they've been doing. Ryan Pepio on the bump. They've been hitting the baseball exceedingly well. Also, Red Sox at home, one of the most fruitful teams in the form of the over, okay? And that's where we're going to kind of look here as we talk about the Red Sox. 32-26 straight up, 32-36, mind you, straight up and against the spread on the season. Over-unders 33, and 2. But as we talk about it, the numbers here, looking at kind of where they're at home, I think it tells a different story. You want to talk about kind of where we're at? I think this is a very strong play to the over. Personally, I just don't agree with some of the numbers here, but Tampa Bay winning in Boston 10-8 yesterday. I think that continues as we look for a lot of Boston games in their recent 5 games. I mean, look at some of these totals, guys. 10-8, 11-7, 10-7, 6-9, 9-11. We're going to keep it rolling. I think that we go over the total. Okay, so let me get the over 9 here at minus 120. We get a push if it's a 4-4 extras, but I think that that's something where we look into kind of Pepio has been playing exceedingly well. He's had a sub-1 ERA in his recent few starts, but also I think that Lucas Giolito tells a different story as he has been absolutely abysmal, almost a 7 ERA. I do think the Rays win this game with margin, but I do like the total as I think the Red Sox will plate 4 throughout the course of the game, and I see this one being at minimum a 6-4 kind of ball game where the Rays win by more than 1 and it goes over the total of 9. So my best bet for this contest is we're going to take the Red Sox Rays going over 9 at minus 120. Rangers Twins, I would love to get involved with this game. Maile is on the bump for the Rangers. The pitcher has not been named yet for Minnesota. And as you look at Texas, plus 108, if you could trust their bats, they probably would be favorites in this game. But as we look at it, guys, this is Texas Rangers or nothing. I kind of like the Rangers in the first 5 a little bit more so. This is kind of a sharper move, too, for me. As you look at the money line handle, 50%, albeit 37% of the bets. So a little bit more money there on the Rangers on the money line. That's where I stack up. I also like Rangers first 5, but I would lean very strongly to the Rangers here at a plus 108 price on the money line. All right. Next game that we will play, and I don't quite frankly agree with it. This will be the Yankees and the Royals. Okay, total set at 8.5 with Max Fried pitching. Okay. We're going to take the under 8.5. They are in Kansas City, so a little bit bigger of a porch. Going against Cameron, who has a sub-1 ERA as well. This is that fishy total that I talked about, right? I don't understand why this is 8.5. It's not. I personally would have this at an 8 at worst, maybe even a 7.5. So we're going to take advantage of the better numbers here that I'm having on my end versus what we're being offered. So give me the Yankees Royals going under 8.5 as my third official bet. This will be a minus 105 price out here in the market. Okay. Next game on the board, Atlanta and Milwaukee. We talk about kind of what we have going on here. Grant Holmes going against Priester. This is a game where I think it does set up for Atlanta. The Brewers have been kind of doing their thing, right? And I think the Braves here in this spot looking for a bounce back, minus 120 on the money line. That's kind of where I would lean, but no official play. Blue Jays and Cardinals, Chris Bassett and Miles Mikolas. I think the Cardinals bounce back at home. I think this is a minus 102 coin flip game. We lost the Cardinals money line yesterday. Their bats went a little bit cold. I think it was 5-4, maybe extras. I think it was extras, but they did come back, make that one close. But I do look for the Cardinals to bounce back, minus 102 on the money line. That would be how I would play this game with the Blue Jays. White Sox Astros, McCullers is going against Smith for the White Sox. Now, this is an interesting game. Minus 170 for the Astros is a little bit too much. I think McCullers' last start was actually pretty decent. Going against the White Sox at home, the White Sox have been hitting the baseball, all right? Not going to get involved on the money line. Don't like them plus 1.5 over $1.50. So it would be Astros or nothing, but it's just a very big number to be laying here at home. I don't really trust the Astros bats too much, so this will be a clear-cut pass for me. Okay, and probably the next lopsided game on the card, this will be in the form of the Giants and the Rockies. If I had to give out a 6 play, it would be Giants minus 1.5, laying that minus 155 juice. You do get Harrison going against Palmquist, and Palmquist has been absolutely atrocious. And if you look at the Colorado Rockies here on the run line, guys, it's probably the situation where we don't fade them enough. But, you talk about 22 and 42 ATS. You're going to have to lay a lot of juice, but I do think that the Giants winning 5 games in a row does constitute a play for them. And I kind of look into the fade on the Rockies as you look at their home games, 21 home games, and they're 4-17 on the run line, okay? Not doing well against NL West opponents. And I think that this is something where as you look into just kind of how this snowballs, I think the Giants continue this and the Rockies stay bad. So I look for the Giants to win this one by at least 2 runs. So I would lay that minus 155. I think it's a short enough price. And if I was going to add a bonus play, it would be the Giants minus 1.5 at minus 154. Okay. Athletics and Angels, that's a game where a lot of people were on the over yesterday. As we look at the game, 4-7 was that outcome, so we did cash that ticket. You want to talk about kind of where we're at? I think that the sharper side is going to be on the form of the Athletics. And if you want to talk about it, where the reason why, Spence going against Soriano. I think that the Athletics have a better pitcher. I think they have an equal matchup per se within the bats. This one I think could go over the total as well, as you see it sitting here at 9. No official play, but I would lean Athletics and the over in this contest. Okay. The last 2 games we're going to talk about on the screen, you can see the Mariners and the Diamondbacks. I think that Brandon Pfaadt going against Evans for the Mariners. Brandon Pfaadt, it's been kind of a tale of two different pitchers. Okay. And the Diamondbacks here minus 127. I don't know if it's enough to get involved, but I do think that the Arizona Diamondbacks have that offensive capability to kind of outlast anyone. I know they've only won 2 of their last 5, but in their wins, in losses, okay, the minimum that we get per game is 6 runs. I don't trust the Mariners bats enough, but you want to look at the Diamondbacks here, winning yesterday 8-4. I could definitely see them staying hot, so I would lean Diamondbacks minus 125, backing Brandon Pfaadt. Just Seattle, a little bit better of a pitcher here in this contest, so this will be a stay-away game for me, okay? And then the last one that we will have an official play in, it will be the Dodgers-Padres. No pitcher yet named for the Dodgers. I don't quite frankly care. Dylan Cease is pitching 1-5 on the year, 4.72 ERA. The Dodgers, conversely, as we look at this number and kind of what they've been up to, okay, they've been getting it done offensively, and I think that kind of does play into today's handicap. Personally, I think that the Dodgers score. I don't know if the Padres, if they do staff this game or whatever they're going to do in that regard, if they're going to be able to compete. But 9:40 first pitch here on the East Coast. I just look for the Dodgers here at minus 105. It's a little too cheap, and for that amount of juice on the road, I'm going to take the Dodgers all day. That's kind of where I just trust them to get this win against Cease. So Dodgers stay hot. You can look into Dodgers team total if you want, but for me, no official play. Okay, and just kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about within the Yankees. If you want to lay the 9, it gives you a little bit extra of a cushion, minus 143. That's just a little bit too much juice, so we're going to stay away from that. So we will take the 8.5 at minus 105. And then the last total, that's kind of where we did bump it up to the over 9 instead of the 9.5 at plus 105 at minus 120. I think that one's still in range. So if you guys like the alternate markets, that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys on your screen. Okay, so that's where we're at. A little quick recap, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Good luck out there. Let's cash some tickets. Let's bounce back. The official plays of the day, we're going Rays over 9, Yankees under 8.5 at minus 105, Cincinnati minus 102 on the money line against Cleveland, Detroit plus 102. We will be on that one as well, and the Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 160. We're going to take a little bit of risk there. Those are my official plays. I didn't actually kind of spell that out, and I actually quite frankly don't think I talked about the Detroit game. I may have, but that's the first game on the card. Yeah, we did skip over that one. I apologize. So what we're seeing within that one is Herter going for Detroit, 1.62 ERA, going against Cade Povich. Now, Povich, I don't think Baltimore is going to be able to hit and compete with Detroit on the road. We look at kind of what Detroit did yesterday. They won against the Cubs 4-0. Baltimore, on the other hand, okay, they lost to the Athletics 5-1. this is a great spot. It's a fishy number, but I still like Detroit plus 102. So that will be one of my official plays. All right. So the only two ones that I didn't talk about, right? I am on the Dodgers run line, not the money line, minus 1.5. I want that value. I want that plus 160 going against Dylan Cease. And then we are going to take the Detroit Tigers there, plus 102 there on the money line. All right. So that'll wrap it up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Good luck out there, and we'll see you all tomorrow in the next video. Cheers.